Alright, the day has arrived. We now have Hysol. No thanks to the vendor I ordered it from. They're still backlogged. I have some connections at the plant, so those guys gave me a tube to use until mine gets here, so shout out to them. Another reminder, up to this point we've been using the AVEX rivets, 1/8 AVEX. We are going to shift to the CPP 44 rivets for the metal brackets. So the metal brackets that we're going to be working on here, your slat brackets or slat hinges, they all face, this mouth is always facing toward the root, whether you're left hand or right hand wing. This happens to be a left hand wing, so they're all going to face toward the root. We've already drilled these to size. All we need to do now is deburr and epoxy. These aileron hinges here, they're symmetrical, so you can put them in any orientation. These bell crank brackets for the aileron, you cannot do that. It's shorter on one side, so long end goes up, and that's in two places. Same here. Again, the hinges can go either way. Now on the flap bell cranks, those do have a longer end as well, and it goes down. So make sure this one goes down in two places. Here, over there, and then these brackets. So what we're going to do now, we are going to put a mixing tube on this guy. So you don't have to stir it with a stick. We're going to run it through a mixing tube. We're going to take a bracket off at a time, put the epoxy on, rivet it, and continue. Okay, what I'm going to do here is, I've already got these deburred. I've already deburred the wing. An important note is, on these, we're only going to rivet these three and these three. I've seen where people thought you needed to do these two holes here. I didn't put these holes, so I'm not sure why they're here, but you don't use them. We're just going to use the 3 and 3. We're going to put about a nickel size drop here, and then we're going to smear it in. I'm going to use a big paint stick because I don't have any popsicle sticks, but I will be getting some popsicle sticks. So got our 200 milliliter tube EA 9460. We're going to put the mixing tube on. This piece right here, this is what you do for storage, but when you're putting a mixing tube, you slide this, it's almost like an E-clip off. Put it over your mixing tube and tighten it. Mixing tube goes in, so small end down. Now I gotta figure this out because I don't remember which is which. Looks like a 1-to-1. So I'm just going to put it, it's got a different size plunger in here, but I don't think it matters for what we're doing. This goes in like that. Ratchet it in. Just going to let that sit there until I can cut the tube. Got some industrial shears here. You can just play around with which step you want to do. I'm going to go about 2 steps in, or make that 3 steps in. Just cut it off. Then I'm just going to squeeze it out. And we get about a nickel size. I got a nickel size. I'm going to release pressure. I should probably have something to put this on because it is going to drip, and I do not want it dripping on my table. So we're going to smear this in. Big stick actually don't work too bad, but it just seems clunky. Okay, maybe I'll go a little bigger than a nickel size. We're gonna do a, we'll refine that to quarter size. I feel like having more than enough here is best. I'll make sure it's touching all surfaces, or the entire surface. Alright, we'll lay that down and we will go rivet that in, or maybe I'll do all of them first. Some paper. I'm going to put these just out of the camera range here. Get them all done. And we'll get them all put on. 1, 2. I'm going to go 3. Messy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, release pressure. Right. So something I've noticed as I'm doing this, the first one was really black and then it started getting gray, which tells me my hardener probably didn't go out in that first shot. So what I will be doing is cleaning that first part off and reshooting it. Less just stuff you learn while you're doing it. So should be gray, not black, which makes sense. What we'll do is once we put this on here, we will put these on, clean out and put these on, and be right back. Alright, riveted and epoxied and cleaned. That is a very messy process, so the adjustments I'm going to make between now and next time is lots of paper, paint paper laid down to keep from getting my workbench super dirty with that stuff. Next is going to be, I'll probably take off these bell crank brackets, do all 4 of those, and then we'll move to the hinge brackets. Do all 4 of those. Alright, so now we've got these deburred. As far as deburred, we are going to I'm just going to go 3 pumps on these because that's a lot of cleanup. So that might have had something to do with that. I did find out why these 2 holes were here. You actually use them. The same part is used on these these brackets as well as the other brackets. So smart move to make one curved piece and use it in multiple locations. Good design move for manufacturing. So we're just going to do 3 at a time here. So 1, 2, 3. There's gray. 1, 2 there. It's coming out pretty fast. You just kind of get an eyeball for it. Try not to make a mess. Always release pressure or your gun will empty while you're gone, or try to. Smear it on. I just want to make sure I don't see any bare metal. As with any task, the more you do a task, the better you feel like you're getting at it. Alright, so these 4, got a workbench over there. I'll try to put everything over there together. Alright, we got the aileron and flap bell crank brackets. Hysol riveted, cleaned. A lot of detail there. So spend time, get it right. Once you cover it, no one will ever see those, but I believe how you do anything is how you do everything. So clean it up, make it look nice, even if you're the only person that will ever see it. Now we'll move on to the hinge brackets here for bell crank, or for flaps and aileron. So we'll pull these off, deburr, and we'll Hysol those in as well. Right, got all the brackets deburred. Got the spar. Got 2 of the 4 deburred, and I broke another cheap in-out bit. I think the lesson there is just go ahead and bite the bullet and buy the Cogs Deal brand bit. So I've got some of those on the way. I had already ordered them because I knew I might break something. So we'll put these 2 brackets in, stop, and I'm gonna move to the drag tubes, epoxy those brackets in. Then we'll just wait for those Cogsdale bits. I got all the brackets epoxied in. Had a little detour to cook dinner for everybody. Grilled chicken and asparagus. But, all the brackets have been epoxied on this wing. The drag tubes are installed, so we can move on to the next steps there. We're kind of stalled on the wing until we got the other stuff, which is why we made the slats or the flaps and the aileron. So we've got metal brackets on the ailerons we'll do tomorrow. Then we'll finish the flaps and do those as well.